Good day, family. Pastor Willingham here. I want to talk with you today about organization, and how we need to get ourselves organized. And I'm looking here at Genesis, first chapter, verses 4 through 10. Genesis 1, 4 through 10. And it reads, "And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and morning were the first day. And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of waters. Let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place. Let dry land appear. And so it was. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And so here again, we see that God is a God of organization. God is a God of order and process. And so what we learn here from watching God operate here is that organization allows us to maximize effectiveness. Organization allows us to maximize effectiveness. This is why we want to be organized, because I want to say it again, that it allows us to maximize effectiveness. Success comes from process. And I'm going to say that one more time. Success comes from process. Anywhere where you see people being successful, anywhere where you see people being highly effective, there is probably behind it a great sense of organization, and there's likely behind it a process. Success comes from a process. And so as we examine our lives, what processes do we follow, through our day to day? What processes do we follow? And then God evaluates here. He part of this organization was an evaluation. He saw that the light was good. In our lives, how do we evaluate? How do we make assessments of things in our world and knowing what is good, what is bad? God separates and evaluates. He divided things. To create order, you're gonna have to do some evaluation and separation of things that don't belong together. How do you put things together in your world? You have to evaluate. You have to make assessments. And so God does this, and then God called things. He gave assignments. He called the light day, the dry land. He called the earth, the firmament. He called heaven. He assigned and defined roles, and he decided the importance of things. He prioritized. And so we too, in our lives, we have to decide the importance of things. We have to set priorities. And then God created time in this process. As he talked about, at the end of certain processes was the first day. At the end of another process was the second day. And so we're talking here also about time management, deciding what things will get done in a day. How do we organize our day? How are we deciding what we do today, what we do tomorrow? And so this is, again, for us, God's way of showing us organization, the power of organization. How organized are you? Again, what processes do you follow in your day? How do you prioritize? How do you make assessments of importance? How do you decide what to do in a day? And how do you set goals for your life? And so, this is our word today of inspiration. Get yourself organized. Examine your sense of organization. Examine your processes today so that we can be more effective, so we can maximize our effectiveness. And so, again, one of the biggest detriments to our success is that our sense of organization. And so, examine your sense of organization today. And in the image of God, you want to operate so that you can be more effective. You can be more successful. And so, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye, and God bless.